half an hour only from the hotel. So it's not far away, not in miles, not in kilometers.
Mm-hmm. Now, we are at a hotel here in Bratislava on the top of a hill, and I'm looking right now at a big television tower, right?
Yeah, that's the Kamsik TV tower, and we visited. We managed to get there. Was it on Friday, if I remember right?
Mm-hmm. And there's quite a view from up there, right?
Yeah. There is a restaurant. I think it's 100 meters above the ground level. So very nice view, and it wasn't raining at that time. We were lucky.
All right. And you've also had, of course, sessions here at the hotel, talks on different subjects, like what this time?
Well, we have had interesting stories about time zones and how to navigate. We have had some presentations about the tours, what DXers have done together, and then in addition, of course, then we have the EDXE Matters, and also we had some suggestions how to listen to foreign radio stations in apartments and in cities. And we had good and not so expensive solutions for those too.
Now, I missed that one, but that would be very interesting. What are some of the solutions?
Well, yeah, it's like one is I don't know if it's a commercial break now, but mini whip is one of those, and then you can have just like small antennas. I think that you can find the names of the products, what they have, and antennas for those solutions. So and they are not so expensive. So that was a surprise for me that you can actually get a very good antenna or aerial for flats. Quite cheap.
That's a good idea for people who don't live out in the countryside.
Yeah, and then there are also people are getting older and they are not having houses anymore. So the suggestion was coming one of the members to ask who wanted to have some help in this.
Okay. Now, today we're about to take a bus over to Vienna, Austria. And what is the program for this afternoon?
This afternoon, of course, we wanted to see the city of Vienna, so we are going to have the city tour over there, and then by bus, and the weather should be okay, like we have today also here in Bratislava, and then, maybe some city walks today evening, depending on who wants. And then tomorrow morning, we are going to visit a couple of radio stations. Wrmi FM is one of those, and then, of course, the Österreichischer Rundfunk, ORF. So we have managed to get permission to visit those radio stations, and everybody is waiting for the visit.
Now, ORF is still on shortwave just a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, Wrmi FM, it is just an FM, but I think, we all know that shortwave broadcasts are getting less, and broadcasters are getting less and less. So, but still, we remember the Österreichischer Rundfunk too. So it's interesting to see, of course, the radio stations always.
I remember the first EDXE conference I was at was in 1981, and I've seen people here who I haven't seen for many years, but a lot of people who attend these conferences have been here for many, many years, right?
That's right, yeah. And we can see here that people who are, like you said, that have been attending nearly every EDXE conferences for many years, but a lot of new faces, and it's very nice to see that. Okay, it's not like just the old companion, but the people that just want to maybe to visit Bratislava, maybe to visit Vienna, new countries. DXing is exploring something new. So it was actually a surprise that we get more people and people that I have never seen before, and it's like very nice to see.
Now, your club in Finland is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in Europe, right?
Well, yeah, it might be, and well, Finland is a small country, so if you count it and see it, what is the country, the population in the country? So I think that it could be the biggest one.
And do you see any new blood in the DXers and the members? I mean, are there younger people who are getting involved in shortwave now?
Well, people are getting older in this hobby, but we see some young people. But of course, I have to admit that it is rather challenging to get people interested in DX in listening to radio stations due to other hobbies, and you might of course listen to or read or hear foreign languages in many other ways than radio, using internet. So that has of course had an influence in our hobby.
Mm-hmm. But you're planning to have another conference next year, right?
Well, we are planning, and we got today just some good ideas where to have it, and I would like to have it in new places and not so big cities, but some kind of a distant and to something for something new for everybody. But so far I can't say anything about the plans. So it's better to check our website.
Yes.
For the updates.
But one of the suggestions was a new country, I would think, for EDXC, Andorra, right?
Andorra, yes, that was the one and very good possibility. Of course, it needs to be organized somehow, but maybe it's going to be Andorra.
And that's right between France and Spain.
Yes, it's in the mountains, if I remember right. So, and it's an independent country. Mm-hmm. And you have the border controls, but it's like you said, that it's in between Spain and France.
Well, good luck with next year and your future plans, Kari, and thanks very much for everything you did here.
Thank you very much. It was our pleasure to have you here.
I was talking there with Kari Kivikis, Secretary General of the European DX Council at the 2018 annual meeting in Bratislava, Slovakia. Stay tuned during the next month or so as we present more reports from the EDXC conference. Now it's over to Bob Padula in Melbourne, Australia for his DX report for this month.
Welcome to another edition of the Australian DX Report. This is Bob Padula in Melbourne, Australia, bringing to you our latest roundup of news concerning shortwave broadcasting stations around the world. We include information concerning propagation reports, monitoring information, solar activity news, schedule information, and other items of interest to shortwave monitoring enthusiasts. A reminder that all times we give in these programs are in UTC, also known as GMT, and all frequencies are in kilohertz. Full detailed QSL cards are available for correct system reports received for the Australian DX report. The address will be given at the end of the program. So now, here is this week's news. Information from the Ionospheric Prediction Service, that's the Department of Radio and Space Services in Sydney, New South Wales, advises that the level of solar activity continues to remain at a very low figure. There are currently no sunspots audible on the Earth-facing side of the Sun, and the daily smooth sunspot number, of course, has dropped to zero. The 10.7 centimetre solar radio flux has fallen to 67, that's 67. So as we've been saying in these programs recently, long-distance, high-frequency, multi-hop propagation on darkness or semi-darkness paths will not be very reliable above about 10 megahertz. However, frequencies above 10 megahertz for daylight transmissions will be somewhat more satisfactory. We're still currently moving through the final phase of solar cycle number 24, and this is not now expected to conclude until well into year 2019. First up this time, some information concerning shortwave broadcasting in Malaysia. There's apparently only one frequency remaining in use for Radio Television Malaysia from Kuala Lumpur. This is 11665. It seems to be using this frequency on a reduced schedule, mainly for daytime broadcast into the Asian area. The other frequency on 31 metres, 9835, hasn't been heard for some time, and it's assumed that this may have been permanently closed down. Anyway, some information now concerning propagation and monitoring from here in Melbourne. First of all, the 49 metre band in the early morning period, that's in our hour before our local sunrise, between 1700 and 1730. Best signals have included 5895, the BBC, from the Tajikistan relay station, broadcasting in push 2. 5910, another BBC frequency from Tashkent in Uzbekistan, broadcasting in Dari. 5935, the Hiksang People's Broadcasting Station in China, broadcasting from Lhasa with its Chinese network. 5945, China National Radio, Network 1. 5965, the Voice of Turkey with the program in Azeri. And on 6000, that's 6000, another frequency for China National Radio Network 1. 6090, China Radio International from the Urumqi transmitting station in China, broadcasting in Russian. And 6070, another frequency for the same station, this time from Xi'an in Russian. On 6155, station known as Furusato no Kaza, broadcasting in Japanese from a transmitting station in Taiwan. This is, I believe, an unofficial broadcasting station broadcasting into the Asian area. And 6185, the Vatican Radio from Santa Maria di Galleria, broadcasting in the Belarusian language. Now in the 41 metre band, there's quite a number of signals there in the early morning period here in Melbourne, 1700 to 1730, and they include the following. 7205, quite a big signal from China Radio International from Beijing in Esperanto. One of the few stations currently broadcasting in that language from anywhere in the world. I believe the other station broadcasting in Esperanto is Radio Havana, Cuba. On 7230, the Vatican Radio from Santa Maria di Galleria, that's a new frequency with programming in French and English. 7235, China Radio International from Kakashi transmitting station with programs in English. And 7250, Radio Bangladesh from Dhaka with programs in the Bengali language. 7280, the Voice of Vietnam, programs in Vietnamese for Europe, Africa and the Middle East. And 7300, China Radio International from Kashi in Arabic. 7310, the Voice of the Islamic Republic of Iran, programs in Arabic. 7335, another frequency for China Radio International from Beijing in Croatian. 7370, KNLS in Alaska, the religious broadcasting station with programs in Russian into the Far Eastern region. 7380, China Radio International again, this time from the Sirik relay station in Albania, with broadcasts in German to Europe and Africa. And 7400, China Radio International from Xi'an, with programs to Africa in Swahili. And 7410, yet another frequency for China Radio International from Kashi in English. The same program from Kunming on 7420. 7465, the BBC from the station that they brought, the Far Eastern station, the relay station there in Singapore, with programs in Dari. 7485, the Voice of America broadcasting in the Kurdish language from the relay station at Biblis in Germany. And 7495, another frequency for the Voice of America, this time carrying the Diwa radio programs in Push 2 or Pash 2. That's also from Biblis in Germany. And then in the 60 metre band, we have 4850, the People's Broadcasting Station at Xinjiang, broadcasting in Mongolia, and that's heard here in the early morning period between 1700 and 1730, and those should continue to be audible in the days ahead. And that's all the information in our program this time. We hope you found the broadcast interesting and helpful for your shortwave radio monitoring. Just a reminder that full detail ADXR QSL cards are available by contacting this address. The URL is simply adxr.org. I'll give it once again, adxr.org. At that address you'll find all the details about how you may send in a reception report, and you can receive a QSL card via postal mail, that's physical postal mail, or via the internet. So until our next program, this is Bob in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, wishing you all good listening, and thanks for being with us. Goodbye for now.
This week with some instrumental Tigrinya music. And Tigrinya is from the area of Eritrea and Ethiopia. By the way, there is a new program being beamed to Eritrea via TDF in France beginning on December 1st. It's going to be on Saturdays at 1500 to 1600 UTC on 17545 kilohertz. It's from an organization called Altmood. Well, thanks for listening to Wavescan, the international DX program from Adventist World Radio, researched and written in Indianapolis by Dr. Adrian Peterson. Next week, Wandering the Caribbean with Deutsche Welle. We will have more from the European DX Council Conference in Slovakia and our Japan DX report. Reminder to send your AWR and KSDSA reception reports for Wavescan to the AWR address in Silver Spring, Maryland, and also to the station your radio is tuned to, WRMI or WWCR or KVOH or Voice of Hope Africa, or to WINB if you're listening in CRM mode, or to the AWR relay stations that carry Wavescan. Remember, you can send a reception report to the DX reporters when their segment is on the air here in the program. They will also verify with their own colorful QSL card. Return photos and an address label are always appreciated. The postal address for AWR QSL cards is Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland. You can abbreviate Maryland MD, 20914, USA. That's Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20914, USA. The email address for AWR QSLs is qsl@awr.org. And the email for other correspondence to Wavescan is wavescan@awr.org. I'm Jeff White at WRMI in Okeechobee, Florida. Till next week, good listening, everyone.